Good morning. What's happening, Rippers? Well, today is time for a weekly update, and we're going to change things up a little bit today because there was nothing in the news to speak of. So, we're going to show you what we usually do. I have a big announcement of a change for the weekly update. But what we normally do on this day that we shoot the weekly update, which is normally on a Saturday. So, first of all, I got to have a little bit of coffee. Now, a lot of times on Saturday, when Nat and I get up, we're greeted by the kids being out here waiting for us. They live next door at Nat's parents' house. And they come over in the morning. Usually we have the GoPro alarm who's knocking at the door and stuff. And they're waiting for our Saturday morning meal. And so we're going to talk about what we do on Saturdays. Normally, a lot of it is shooting the weekly update. We're going to shoot it here on the property and show you all the stuff that's been happening over the time since we last updated. And yeah, show you what our day is like here. So Nat's getting ready. Kids will probably be over here in a few minutes. And like I said, I gotta have some coffee and check on our dog Dick, because last night he wasn't around. Our snake dog Dick wasn't feeling so good for a day or so. Check this out. He got in a fight with another dog, and the dog bit his hindquarters. And check out these holes, man. Really. Look at this. There's one. And check out this guy. This is a really deep one. How you doing there, buddy? Doing okay? Putting some antibiotic ointment on there, but he seems to be pretty much his old self now. So he's healing up. But for a day or two, he was feeling really bad, weren't you, buddy? Yeah. Good to see you back around. So I guess he's doing okay now. That's a good thing, because we need our snake dog, right? Anyway, let me make some coffee, and then we'll get into some things that's happening around here. Sound like a plan? Even for instant coffee, it tastes good in the morning. Now, for some of you, you probably remember that I made my own coffee, roasted coffee, and grind it up myself, and have coffee that way. And our little burner for roasting it is down here, but I haven't done it since we've been living here. That's been like 2 years, so I'm itching for some fresh ground coffee. And I think I'm going to maybe this week switch back to fresh ground. You're probably wondering, well, why didn't you do the fresh ground here? Because it's more of a process of grinding the coffee, first roasting it, then grinding it every day and everything. Because it was like an outdoor kitchen, it's just like glorified camping, sort of. I just never did it. But it's getting to the point that I would like to have fresh ground coffee again. So I think that's going to happen, probably start this week. So, our routine starts out in the morning with, I hear somebody coming. Who could it be? Good morning, Mr. Gopher. Good morning. How are you? Good. Cuba?
No.
And I asked him, is he hungry? He said, yeah, hungry. So what I do is, first thing I do, hey, you got a tattoo. Let me see your tattoo. Oh boy. Let's see, can you see? Hey, he's got a tattoo. First thing we do is get everything back up to speed. That tank now is probably about a quarter full. So I turn on the pump, our submersible pump, and fill that. And at the same time, we send the water over to Nat's parents so they can fill up their tanks over there. Next, what we do, go check on the chickens. What you got there, buddy? Oh, you got some rice? He took some rice from my snack tray. This is our chicken snack tray. We give them a little bit of uncooked rice. This is special rice. It's not high quality rice you buy from the rice store. They feed the chickens. Want some more, huh? Throw it out there. Here we go. Here, throw it out there. Give it to him. So once we do that, we have one of the dogs next door that likes to jump into the chicken coop and knock over the barrel there that you see that has the food in it. So we have the electric chicken fence on here. I don't hear it clicking. It should be clicking. Maybe the battery wore down. Anyway, so we'll disconnect that and then check on how many eggs we got. Now we had a problem with one of the chickens eating the eggs, and so there's probably a chicken in here. Let's see. Yeah. Chicken in here. Let's see, do we have any eggs? The chickens are starting to lay the eggs in. I tried to tip these boxes back so the eggs would roll out after the chickens laid them, because the chicken was eating the egg, but now they're tipped back too far and the chickens aren't so comfortable, so they're laying eggs in the coop now. And so this is a little bit of a problem. So I got to remedy this. But let me get the eggs. There's a couple eggs in there. They laid already. So we got a couple eggs. And usually I'll throw a handful of this duckweed in that we're growing here for the chickens. But my hands are full with the camera and eggs. So we'll come back to do that. What you got there, buddy? Kyla. Giving some eggs to Gopher to take next door. Tell Danoy and Kakao kamagin hot diggity dog. Milo. Now we switched from hot dogs on Saturday morning with the kids about a year ago to shrimp burgers. We get the shrimp burgers from Macro, which are pretty good, and burger buns, which burger buns now you can get from most stores, supermarkets. And well, the water's starting to run over in the tank here. Gotta shut that baby off. So like I said, we switched to burgers, and we get burger buns at the store. But today we don't have the burgers and the buns. Our backup are in our room in Nong Hong, and so we don't have the burgers or the buns to supply everybody. So we're switching back to hot dogs today, but we're going to put them on regular bread.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
Yeah, it looks like ice cream piled up, doesn't it? In cups, colorful cups there. Now, we really do live in nature, as you can see here. See the skink that's on the wall here? We have the skink on the wall, and we have tuke, which are the big lizards that come out at night. But we really do live in the wild here. And Gopher's telling me that we have no water in our water tank.
Green, blue.
What colors? Sierra?
Green.
Green.
Shampoo.
Pink.
Pink.
Red.
Red.
Green.
Green. Blue.
Very good, Gopher. Namo lalo. Ooh. So his job is to fill up the water cups for our breakfast, or brunch actually. Now usually, and it's prevalent now to find hot dog buns in the stores. In fact, I've even seen hot dog buns for sale in 7-Eleven. But because we don't eat hot dogs too often, we don't have the buns, so we're eating them on regular bread today. And got a bag of chips that we split between us, so we're trying to keep it fairly healthy, even though I don't think hot dogs are that healthy. But our shrimp burgers are better. But today is Hot Diggity Dog Day.
Hot diggity dog day.
We have a visitor. Visitor showed up. Retired police comes and visits every once in a while. So we have a guest. Then we'll be talking about what's been going on the farm. Right, Donna? And let's take them on a little tour of what we've got going on around the house. Who's that coming? As you can see, it's a jungle around the kitchen right now. Yeah, it's like a wall. Yeah, check this out. Our bird of paradise are now almost up to the roof. Our hibiscus is, yeah, up to the roof for sure.
Maybe they want to know what this bag.
Yeah, see those? The hibiscus are up to the roof now. And these bags Nat was just mentioning were put up to try and
let the fly go away.
Yeah, keep the flies away. Supposedly that's a distraction for the flies, but didn't seem to work too much. But the flies really were like about a week or 2 weeks, and now they're not bad now. So I'm not sure what happened. But let's start going out this way. Yeah, straight ahead. This was Nat's green beans, which are coming to cessation. Yeah, they're almost to the end. We've had those for like a few weeks.
Oh, more than a month.
Almost a month we've been eating these beans, and they're tasty, sweet, right?
I eat every day, because they come out like this every day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she breaks them off and yeah. They're sweet. They're very good. We eat them with we eat them with a lot of stuff.
Nam-pik.
Yeah, nam-pik, a dip.
With the rice.
Yeah, it's good. This bed we just cleared off to replant it with something. Did you plant stuff in there already?
I put makhura, but not look like they grow too much.
Some squash or eggplants is really what.
Little tree, maybe the grass come up again. Don't see too much the tree.
Yeah, maybe we should pull some of the weeds, huh?
That's my lamyai seed.
Got lamyai, the fruit growing into little trees that we'll transplant, right? And this is her ka, which we use for tom yum and a couple other things we put in the recipe. It's the root was what we eat. Lemongrass, right? And this one we have
eggplant too.
Eggplant, papayas, and white radish.
Look like a gone almost.
Yeah, white radishes.
This is the last one.
Last white radish. We'll have to use that today. And let's take a quick walk around. Our jacaranda trees growing. That little jacaranda there. In our hoop house, we've got things growing. This is actually a project to try and grow black soldier flies.
Wow.
The larva for the black soldier fly, and hopefully the larva will eat the eggs from the house fly that go in there as well to lay their eggs, and then the larva from the black soldier fly or from the house fly can be fed to the chickens. So not just wowed. What are you wowing about?
My carrot.
The carrots are sprouted already?
Yeah.
Very cool.
And this one.
You know, we should start putting the tags when we plant stuff so we know what we're planting. We're calling our farm, we're getting a sign built for the farm. What's the sign going to say?
Surprise.
Bon Surprise, yeah, the house of surprise, because a lot of times we plant stuff we don't know what we have. And did you see my jackfruit tree?
Wow.
My jackfruit tree now has sprouted. And see this one too, jackfruit, has now sprouted. Lychee, we got lychees, tomatoes, these are tomato seeds. We grew these from seeds from a tomato we bought, so hopefully those will grow up and they'll start getting bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some lychee trees and stuff, so that's cool, right? Let's go take a walk. Now what we did, we mentioned before to everybody that we were now letting stuff grow. And so we're only mowing certain areas. And so we got paths through, as you can see here, I mowed paths through where we want to be able to walk. Let's take them on a quick tour, Nat. This was our original garden area, which not a lot grew. Some of the trees grew. And now in here we have a gratam, bananas, and we've got some lychee that were planted down in here. They're not growing too much. We've got cacao, a couple cacao trees, sugar cane, and then over here is our citrus, which we have. This is like a grapefruit. This one we use the leaves in certain dishes. This was our first big tree that we planted. Stand next to that, Nat, so they can see how big it is.
Big.
Yeah, it's getting bigger. Wow, it's finally growing. And this will be a real big tree. So will the jacarandas. And funny, now, see this tree over here? How big this guy is? Remember that tree, because as we go on tour, we're going to show you that we planted some of these. Didn't know they were going to be that big, that it was the same as that tree.
Different kind, but not that one, I think.
Same but different?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, dragon fruit. Now we have some flowers on there. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of fruit. Lime.
Yeah, this one, no, they tell me the orange.
Oh, this is an orange.
But when they too much and they broke, I'm not sure they're orange or not.
Huh, we'll see. Bon surprise.
But I got this one down here.
Yeah, bon surprise, right?
One manao, no seed.
No seed. Lime with seedless lime. Don't take it off yet. Take it off tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
My beans.
Something's eating the leaves of our citrus in there. I need to put something on there. But yeah, we have beans growing out here as well.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack in the beanstalk, right? Some bananas. By the way, we have bananas on a couple of our trees now, right? That's a lumyai?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, we have those things that something always eats our leaves of a lot of our trees. You want to go this way?
Okay.
To our path? A lot of butterflies. We got a lot of pollinators growing because we let everything grow. So there's all these little flowers. So the bees are happy, the butterflies are happy.
This low or coconut.
Yeah, this is our coconut palm and some frangipani or liwawadi. Yeah, this is pretty cool that we have these areas that I've mown that we can walk through. It's almost like a little park now that you walk through. And this way we can plant where we don't walk, and we know that if we're going to plant something, we'll plant where we don't walk so we don't kill them.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll go to my vegetable.
Yeah, that's one all the way down on the end by that tree is something that you use in Thai cooking. And we put it in soups and omelets.
ไข่เจียว or แกงส้ม
Now you see these pines, these are like Australian pines here. We have a few of them that we grew. How big were these, all these, when we planted them?
I think about here. Yeah.
Little skinny little sticks.
Stick,
Now you're saying, oh, well, that's not so big. Wait till you see some of the other ones we have.
It's a good sound too.
Yeah, I really like the sound that Australian pines make when the wind hums through these. It's really nice. So we have another pathway that I need to mow again today. This goes to the house. And along there we have lemon, guava, avocado,
and the Thai food we call กระท้อน
So there's a few things out here. Now you can see the pine trees are getting bigger. Certain areas of the property, things grow better than others. Now you see these pines down here? Look how big they're getting. And now these little things here are the same as ones that Nat put in the ground previously about a few months ago. These are new ones here.
They make mushroom on that tree.
On the tree?
No, on the ground.
Yeah, around that tree they're supposedly...
about the julinsi, what you call? Something like that. About the head mushroom go pour around.
The fungus.
The fungus.
Yeah, anyway, these trees here are the same as these here, which now are getting big. And how big was that going to get?
Like that guy over there.
That's right. That's going to look like that one in the distance. And if you see, we weren't really aware of how big these were going to get. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these guys. This thing would be a forest.
Yeah, with the pine.
Yeah, with the pines. And can you stand next to that pine and let me show them how big this guy has gotten? Look at this.
Hi.
Look how big this thing is. It's monstrous. So these are really growing well. Yeah, they're cool to stand under. And so we've got this sort of zoned off. So this area of the property here on this side, bordering this little road here, is going to be the forest area. So this is going to be large hardwood trees and forest on this side of the property. So we have the pines. This is a wild or a native tree here that's been growing. It's got a bird nest in here. Got a lot of birds' nests around. This is another jacaranda. Look at how big the eucalyptus trunk has gotten on that thing. We're going to cut most of our eucalyptus down soon, chop and drop them. On this corner, we have about 5 of these trees, and they don't seem to grow very well. And I'll try and remember to put a B-roll of a picture of how big these get. But you saw how big that one was that Nat showed you that those trees are going to turn into? This thing's even bigger.
He's not really bigger, but he wide.
Yeah, it becomes like an umbrella.
Yeah.
But that umbrella, the canopy of that one will cover half our property. Gigantic. We have 5 of those guys. These are the liwawadi here. We brought these.
The bun from the Bang Sapan.
Yeah, we actually broke off a piece from Bang Sapan, a couple pieces, and planted them here. And this is how big they've gotten already. Beautiful flowers when they flower. Right now it's sort of in between the flowering. Look how big this pine is here. Wow, big guy.
Some yucca not growing good.
Yeah, interesting. Like I said, some things grow real well and others don't. That's a eucalyptus. And you see how big that was. It was planted at the same time as this guy. And this guy's monstrous. Look how big. Stand next to that pine there, Nat. Show them how big that one is. Look at this. Look how big this pine is. Look how big that is. It's unbelievable. And also out here, we planted, these are mahogany. And we've got, what, 5 of them?
5.
And 5 mahogany trees. Like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all out on this corner here.
And this one don't be cut out, let the umbrella grow.
Yeah, we're going to try and give, this is another one of those that don't seem to grow real well, but they grow huge if you give it, I don't know, 20, 30 years or something. But a lot of these eucalyptus on this end, and the wind seems to break them. See that one we just moved over, it broke off in the wind the other day. So we're going to cut down a lot of those and use it as mulch.
Rosewood.
This is a rosewood tree. It's growing really well here too. These are teak along here, you see. These are teak, planted and interspersed with bananas. But here, let's show them what's on this row here. This is a avocado. It's finally growing.
Yeah.
So we're happy about that. Our avocados don't seem to grow really well. So we're happy when some get big.
This one Thai olive.
A Thai olive. This is macadamia. Yeah. What's that other one down there?
This one, the one here I make pickle, little yellow.
Oh, this has little yellow fruit that they pickle and eat.
But the Thai call mayom.
Yeah.
That's the high one. Made mamuang.
Yeah, this green one is right in front of us here. This fairly large tree is a cashew tree. And behind the cashew tree, that one that's high.
The English I show you, but
acacia or something like that. It gets to be a pretty big tree, right?
big tree. The wood good for furniture.
Yeah, the wood's good for making furniture. Yeah, those trees seem to like our soil. Here's another one of these guys. They lose their leaves and then we think they're dead, and then all of a sudden the leaves come back again. Now this area, this zone, starts to be food producing, but also hardwood. There's some new teaks that have gone in to go with the other teaks on this row. This is lychee. So the lychees seem to be doing okay. I replanted some of the potatoes. This was originally just one big potato crop here in this land. And we call this yucca. They call it potato, but yucca, cassava. And so I planted some again because I want to make it with a garlic sauce. Matt didn't even know you could eat them, but I want to make them with some garlic sauce. Yeah, oh yeah. We had some people give us 3 durians and they all ended up dying. They didn't take, which is disappointing. This is a mango that I transplanted out here because it wasn't doing well over where it was getting too much water.
And Rung give us the mango.
Rich gave us the durian, and David and Rung gave us the mango. This is another lychee, right?
Yeah.
These are all cashew trees, and they're doing good. You can see there's one over there. This one that's fairly big, right behind this tree here, this one. So we have about 7 or 8 cashew trees. We have, I think, 3 macadamia. That's a noni right there. It's got a lot of fruit on it. In this area, we've got batam, which became legal. They grow well, but something really likes eating their leaves. So
they eat the takop, look all the leaf takop.
yes, whatever is eaten. We have something that love these worms eat, and this is probably why we have so many butterflies, because of the worms. But this takop really took off, and now it's got all these runners I got to cut out. See, these are takop too, which are these little red berries it produces that are real tasty and sweet, but there's too many of them now. These runners I have to cut out of the ground. And back in here, what's that one?
Jackfruit.
This is a jackfruit. So you saw the seed that I just sprouted. This is what it's going to turn into, this jackfruit tree, which isn't getting a lot of light because of the eucalyptus, so it's another eucalyptus we want to chop and drop. And next to it, what's this tree, Nat? Chop and drop?
Rosewood.
Rosewood. Oh. But yeah, gratam is now legal, and her mom uses the leaves and stuff, and in between we'll probably plant some other stuff here, and I got a couple potatoes or cassava that I planted in here as well. And on this row, out here we have moringa, which is really healthy, really beneficial trees. So I was really interested in getting those growing, but it doesn't seem to like, and they say, moringa is so easy to grow. You just break off a branch, stick it in the ground, and it grows. Not here. Can't seem to get them going. They don't die completely, but they go like dormant. And then all of a sudden you'll get a couple leaves, and then all of a sudden it goes dormant again. This is another cashew, which is looking good. But cashews like our land.
Right here.
Another rosewood. Rosewood seems to like our property.
And the food I get food, the chompu.
And this is what they call chompu or rose apples. And so we've got now, what, 5 of them? Something like that?
One. And ngok.
Oh, nok. Nok is rambutan. So we got rambutan. And what's that one?
Mangosteen.
A mangosteen, which our buddy, member Stu, just sent us a video about. All the benefits of mangosteen. And you call it what?
Mangkut.
Mangkut. Very anti-inflammatory. A lot of health benefits to mangosteen. If you had enough of them growing and you could juice it and drink the juice, it'd be really healthy.
And they said the outside can make the medicine.
Stu said that in his video.
And
Have you heard that from Thai people?
Yeah, Thai people do that too.
Oh.
But we square the chemical, weก็เลยได้ dry and bodyได้ dry first and body.
So if it's organic, you could dry it and then grind it up and use it, huh? The skins.
Yeah.
And as Stu was saying, it's really bitter, and most bitter things are really good for anti-cancer. Another takop. And then we have our little path through here.
Chop and drop, but they beat already.
Yeah, this is supposed to be chop and drop. It didn't get chopped enough. And more teak. These are flowering trees for pollinators. We've just planted some pineapple in here that we got from the lady who we buy fruit from. She gave us the tops of her pineapples she had cut off, and we rooted them and got them in the ground here. And so there's 5 here. It's going to be like a little pineapple patch. In here we've got bird of paradise, some flowering trees, our gardenia, and our bees are hanging out in there.
We have one moringa big.
Yeah, we have one moringa that actually took off and is growing. This is a moringa here. And compare that to when we planted this at the same time. This stick, not the big, yeah, see that stick? That's a, let me see the butterfly going to land on. No, that's a moringa too. So you can see. Yeah, this is our most prolific banana that produces bananas. We got another wee or rack on there, so that's cool. We showed him that the papaya just sprung up from a seed over here, and that's really cool. See how big that guy's gotten? And another one that grew from seed that somebody spit out is on the corner down here. Check out these. These are like, this is really cool, like a bird of paradise, like a crab claw. I really somebody gave us one and we bought one, and they're doing pretty good. But this one's actually this papaya actually has flowers now. So we're not sure if it's a male or female or what it's doing, but
It's my zone.
yeah, this is Nat's cactus zone. And this used to have a lotus flower.
Yeah.
Now it's just got greens. I'm not sure. We don't see any flowers coming out of it anymore.
Yeah, I think we need more bigger.
A bigger pot, huh? And if we go out here from a neighbor, Nat got some cactus here too, this big guy. It had flowers just a couple days ago, but the flowers have died off. These are flowering trees. Here's a new one coming. And out here,
We can make
yeah, we're going to put, this is where eventually this is going to be cemented here in a big greenhouse here, because we have water and it's got good light and stuff. And in here also, Nat has this vine, which is what? Passion fruit.
passion fruit here.
Yeah. We need more of that because passion fruit's healthy as well. This is
Mulberry.
mulberry. These are growing really well. I need to trim them back before they start producing more fruit. We have like 4 of them, and so I want to trim those back and get them to produce even more. But they like it here. And there's also a citrus tree, but it doesn't get any light back here because of this big eucalyptus next to it. So we should cut this eucalyptus, chop and drop that baby. Out here, let's look at this row before we go out there. On the end, this is a flower tree. Along with that, so these are the pollinators. Macadamia, another mulberry.
Thai cherry, but they do it.
Yeah, that one didn't make it. Mulberry. Chop and drop. It needs to be chopped. Yeah, give more light to our mango here. Yeah, this is the only tree that's produced a mango so far. We actually got 1 mango off of it. These are a mango here. If you go down this row, Isan? I'm not sure what this is.
Don't remember now.
But something eats the leaves off that constantly. Avocado, we're still trying to coax along.
The bigger one, avocado.
This is our biggest avocado tree on the property.
Why the leaf look yellow?
Good question. Maybe too much water or something. This is another avocado here. This is a grafted one, so we're hoping that thrives. And we come back out here. Guy cutting the grass for his cows. Nat's mom now has a cow, so they want to come in here and cut all this grass for their cow to eat.
Heavy glad.
Yeah, knock. In here we got, these are planted papayas. Seems like the wild ones do better. We bought that?
Yeah, we bought and put.
The wild ones seem to do better. These are noina, which is like a custard apple. We have one there, a couple more over here. This one, these are noina. So if these all start growing, we'll be producing a lot of fruit, noina, which is good. They're tasty. Probably could take them to market if you had enough. This was just a chop and drop garden with beans and stuff in here. That nitrogen fixing for the soil, which I need to chop and drop. And another macadamia.
Rosewood again.
Rosewood, another rosewood tree, which again, they like our property a lot. I transplanted some bananas over here that weren't doing well. They don't seem to be growing here, except for one, which is on here. This one grew. He's doing okay. And this one, cashew. Look at this, big cashew tree. Walk by there so they can see how big.
teak.
Yeah, this is our biggest teak tree on the property as well that's Nat's standing by, but this is our biggest cashew tree. Hasn't produced any nuts yet, but I'm thinking that one's going to produce soon because we got one nut off of a smaller one.
The shade here.
Yeah, good shade in here. Yeah, nice, huh?
I should take the one leaf and go with me.
Yeah, you got an umbrella. Protect you from the rain or sun with those big teak leaves. And as we come down this end of the property, these are just wild or native trees that we let grow. We have a couple more teak planted out here. This is a mahogany.
And that one mahogany too.
Yeah, we got 2 mahogany trees here. And a mango down here. A couple of mangoes on that row. Here's some more of these native trees that are growing that Nat's parents have sort of cleared around so that we wouldn't cut them, or they wouldn't cut them. A lot of them are growing out here. If we let all these natural trees grow out here, this will be really wooded as well. This part of the property, we weren't exactly sure what we were going to do with it. This is when you come in the gate. And
All the natural trees.
yeah, we're letting a lot of the natural stuff, and along the fence we've got bird of paradise and stuff like that that'll be growing. You see all these little sticks here. This is from
this tree.
from these wild trees growing,
From this guy.
which is going to be the same as this, so you can see how big that guy is.
It's good for make the house wood.
Good for making houses, huh? Surprised somebody hasn't come and tried to cut that.
They say they just cut
When they make the road, they're going to cut that?
Yeah, I don't think this one. I think that one is kind of bent out together.
Hopefully we can get it so they don't cut them.
This one we can drop the.
Let them keep going. And this is a beautiful flowering tree. We keep thinking that it's established well enough, then a big rain comes or wind and blows it over. So you can see I got it propped up. And come out here to our driveway coming in. Got hibiscus, some vines growing, some frangipani. There's our driveway now starting to fill in. So we've got intermixed in this, we've got this bamboo that we were hoping was going to arch over the driveway, and then fishtail palms in between, which is really nice. And then our secondary pond, which hopefully will stock with bigger tilapia when they get big. We'll move them out of the little containment area and get them in here, and then start fingerlings again in the small, the containment area in the big quan, and put the bigger fish in here. Got bananas planted along here.
I decided to the herb.
Yeah, what kind of herbs you got over there?
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass. Kai, which is a type of ginger. The ginger family. When you order tom kha gai, the coconut soup, that's the ka in there. What is that?
Food tree, the top team, the red one you open and have the red meat, the seed inside.
Oh.
It's in the drink we buy for gopher.
Yeah, what's the name of that? I forget now. I'll put it on the screen if I remember. Coconut palms. A mango, a little lamyai, a mango. We've got another lotus flower growing in this part of the pond. Coconut palms and bananas out here. What is this one that almost died and is coming back? A mahogany tree. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, with the backhoe that came here and dug the quan, covered up or ran over a few trees, and that was one of them, but it's coming back okay, I think. And then up here we have our tilapia containment area. They usually hear me coming and they start swimming around. They're getting big, our tilapia, right? From the fingerlings.
ที่มันมีบ่อผักบุ้ง
Yeah. Need more morning
แล้ว
glory.
here you walk like
Yeah, they're already scurrying around on this side thinking that we're going to feed them. Look at that. I don't know if they can see that in the video, but they're getting big. Some of them are good size. Not big enough to eat, but you can see they're growing. A bamboo that's now starting to grow here that we planted. Coconut palms along here. Yeah, everything needs something. The rice now is all growing around us, which is really cool because everything's nice and green. And here you can see, I'm not sure you can see those nests in there. That's that yellow bird, really pretty yellow bird. This was like our only original tree that we had on our property, sort of. It came with the property. I used to have our bamboo bench under here, and I would sit here because it was nice and cool under here. We have one of our orchids hanging on there. So coconut palms around here. We planted a few bananas, but they didn't really want to grow. This was a really nice tree, and then all of a sudden it just died. We're not sure what happened to that. And so as we come out this end of the pond, then we have our garden. We got some bougainvillea along the edge of the pond here. Bird of paradise and another one of those little things that are like the crab claw in here. This really needs more shade. It doesn't do well here because it's in full sun. These would prefer a lot of water and shade.
put a tree like that.
Yeah, we should plant a tree that's going to give them some shade. That would be good. I thought this palm would grow faster. There was 2 of them. One of them died, but it's not growing fast enough. And then out here I put up this shade cloth. I'm starting to put it up. That's going to be more tropical plants under there because they need more shade to get established. We have a royal palm that we planted, some frangipani. What's this tree? A flowering tree.
The one that Songkran tree have a yellow flower.
Oh, the ones that are yellow that hang off of the tree. Beautiful. Yeah, and that likes the shade. And then out here, this is going to be, like I say, some like a tropical. You're going to walk into the garden. There's going to be a lot of tropical plants. We're going to try and make this really tropical. And maybe one day also even have a water feature in here, right in this corner right here. And this raised area is where hopefully one day we're going to be able to build another structure to live in, and then the little guy we have over there will become like an office/studio. Got some rose bushes out here that are doing not too bad. Double hibiscus. Yeah, this is an interesting hibiscus because double hibiscus usually are clumped together. This has like 2 stages, like 2 levels, which is really cool. And that's basically the tour. This guy, the fan palm here, is doing really nice, growing really well. You can see how big it is compared to that. We had another one over by the pond, but it died. It didn't make it. We'll replant that again. And that brings us back to the kitchen. And around the chicken coop, we have Nat's dad cut some bamboo and put them in some bags here, so they've got new sprouts coming off of them, so eventually those will go in the ground. We want to have a couple walls of bamboo in certain areas. And around here we've got a papaya, some pineapple, a guava tree over here, some coffee plants. Here's a coffee tree, 2 more over here. And then this duckweed that I feed to the chickens. And all's pretty good, right? So that's our tour. Get y'all up to speed. There's another jacaranda. Check out these orchids that we got hanging in here. This beautiful purple orchid. I'm not sure you can see the color, but it's beautiful. Really nice. This is our pile that we need to get rid of, that we want to use those poles for hold up a water tank or something like that. Aloe. There's a watermelon actually growing in there. I'm not sure if it's still growing, but this is another one of these native trees that all of a sudden appeared, and we're going to let it grow because it'll end up shading the house during certain times of the year. These roses were doing really well, and then all of a sudden they got some kind of fungus or something, not doing good now. And that's it, right? All our little house plants around here. Hope you've enjoyed our tour of the farm.
Yeah.
So that's what we wanted to share with you. Share breakfast with the kids and with Mr. Gopa. And Goper's got a little message coming out to somebody who actually sent him something for his birthday, a little treat. So that'll be coming to Robert, who helped out Mr. Goper for his birthday. Yeah. And Nat today is going to do a haircut
again.
Yeah, school here in Thailand, they want the sides short. So his hair's not really long, but on the sides, they want this thing. I said, Nat, if you're going to do it like the schools want, because she cuts his hair, just put the bowl on the head and go around with we have the barber, the electric clippers. Put the bowl on, put the clipper on the set on number 1 and go right around. Yeah, and take all this around. But anyway, Doper just watches the phone when she cuts it, so he's good to go. He's entertained. But anyway, stay well, stay strong, and we'll be coming at you soon. See ya. JC, Nat, and Goper out.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye, Goper.
Bye-bye.
Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.